It seems to me that it would be perfectly possible to have picture books on GCSE and A-level courses, because there's no reason why people who are looking at fine art shouldn't also look at illustration, because after all, the illustrators looked at fine art, and you can see it in the work of contemporary children's authors. One of the experiences I have as a reviewer is that if I make reference to the fine artists who are obviously an influence on children's illustrators, it tends to get cut from the copy because they think it's pretentious. But Anthony's seen me do this before, but if you can find very close copies, obviously the connection between, say, Anthony's work and Magritte's is conspicuous. If you look at, say, David McKee's Elmer books, the illustration, the jungle vegetation in that is straight from Le Douanier Rousseau, even down to the colour in some instances, but the same kind of stylized shapes. It's possible to find, I have in the past, a Michelangelo Pieta in a book by Alexis Deacon called While We Are Sleeping. The attitude of some toys holding a sleeping child is in fact the traditional attitude of a Pieta. Whether consciously or subconsciously, you often find that the children's illustrators are working out of a fine art tradition, and yet in schools you're not allowed to look at this work that's in fact on a continuum, and I think that's a great shame. I mean, even cartoons have their own honourable history, right back from, Daumier or whoever it is that influenced you.
But as you said before, I think we are slightly denigrated. The effort, the little things that go into the illustration is not reviewed. Sorry.
No.
In the same,
give me the space.
In the same way, yeah, exactly. More inches. In the same way that the text we poured over, the nuances of the writing, will be pulled apart and put back together again, and books are lauded and damned, where the illustrations just go, yeah, they're nice illustrations.
You need booksellers who understand the subtleties and the possibilities of picture books. You need teachers who understand it, but you also do need reviewers. And I think one of the difficulties is that the language with which you write about illustration and the subtleties of illustration is a very difficult thing to do. If you've got 50 words to characterize the particularity of an image. I mean, that's why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, because you don't have the space to express what it is. In fact, one of the useful shorthands is to say that it resembles another artist that might be better known, because then at least people have a picture in their heads, which is a quick way of telling them something about what it looks like.
But isn't this one of the reasons why it's so important that, the next generation of young people are visually literate, so they have this language to use?